Dragon Ball Super Hero was a film that gave Piccolo, Akira Toriyama's favorite character, a long-awaited moment in the spotlight. Throughout most of Dragon Ball Super, Piccolo had been sidelined, with his most notable moment being in his battle against Frost in the Tournament of Destroyers. However, after Akio Yoku suggested Gohan be a central figure in the film, the introduction of Orange Piccolo and Gohan Beast allowed both characters to seemingly reach the level of Goku and Vegeta. In the future, I'll be making a video analyzing their individual matchups and how these battles would realistically play out, so stay tuned for that. Another noteworthy aspect of the movie was the introduction of Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, superhero androids created by Dr. Hedo to combat evil. What made these two particularly interesting was their confirmed strength, as Piccolo stated in the film that they were on par with Goku and Vegeta. This statement has been a key reference in nearly every debate involving Orange Piccolo and Gohan Beast. Over time, the very matchup we're discussing today had been shaped by it. Some fans question whether the Gammas are truly on the same level as Goku and Vegeta, as well as the validity of Piccolo's statement at the end of the Cell Max fight, where he suggests that even if Goku and Vegeta had been present, they might not have been able to win without Gamma 2's sacrifice. Well, there's no need to wonder any longer. Let's break it all down. It's important to note that Dragon Ball Super Hero takes place after the Moro and Granola arcs, two significant storylines where Goku and Vegeta both experience major power boosts. Starting with the Moro arc, Goku undergoes intense training with the fallen angel Maris that enables him to use his Ultra Instinct Omen form at will. This form, which had previously allowed him to hold his own against planet-eating Moro in his youth, also helped Goku gain some traction against Jiren, an opponent stated to be above the gods of destruction. Later, it's revealed by both Goku and Piccolo that Vegeta surpassed Goku's Ultra Instinct Omen form in terms of power, after training on Yardrat and mastering his ki. When Maris sacrifices himself, Goku unlocks the white-haired Ultra Instinct form once again and is able to defeat Moro once and for all. This initial experience with the form sets the stage for Goku to learn how to tap into Ultra Instinct at will during the Granola arc, though he can only maintain the form for a limited time. In the same arc, Vegeta develops his own Ultra form that can rival Goku's true Ultra Instinct, with the key difference being that Goku can now use his emotions while in that form. At the very start of this arc, it's also established that both Goku and Vegeta have surpassed even full-power Super Saiyan Broly, a statement made by Whis. At that point in time, Whis mentions that he can't think of anyone stronger than Goku and Vegeta in the universe. During their encounter with Broly, Goku and Vegeta needed to fuse into Gogeta to fight Broly at his full power. However, by the start of the Granola arc, they've already since surpassed the Super Saiyan Gogeta, who was overwhelmed by Broly, even forcing him to transform into Super Saiyan Blue. As of Dragon Ball Super Hero, Goku and Vegeta have continued their training, further refining their abilities. In the most recent chapters of Dragon Ball Super, Chapter 103, Goku is shown effortlessly switching in and out of Mastered Ultra Instinct, without any noticeable stamina drain, indicating a significant improvement in his control over the form. However, the versions of Goku and Vegeta that we'll be discussing in this battle are likely not as powerful as their current selves. By the end of the Granola arc, both Goku and Vegeta are established as the strongest warriors in the universe. Regarding the Gammas, aside from the statement that they're as strong as Goku and Vegeta, there are several key observations to consider. During their battle against Gohan and Piccolo, it was clear that they were far stronger than Super Saiyan Gohan and Awakened Piccolo. However, once Gohan assessed his ultimate form, he maintained a dominant position over Gamma 1. The only real challenge he faced was against Gamma 1's large stamina reserve, which prolonged the fight. In terms of raw power, however, it was evident that Ultimate Gohan was superior. As for Piccolo, he fought Gamma 2 with considerable difficulty, only performing slightly better than he did in his base form earlier in the battle. However, once he transformed into Orange Piccolo, he far surpassed both the Gammas and Ultimate Gohan, taking virtually no damage from Gamma 2 before defeating him with a single attack. At best, the Gammas could be considered below Orange Piccolo and possibly on par with Ultimate Gohan if we were being generous. At the very least, they're confirmed to be as strong as Goku and Vegeta as stated by Piccolo. Now, with the individual power scaling established, let's dive into the actual matchup. First, it's important to examine the statement that the Gammas are as strong as Goku and Vegeta. While this claim isn't necessarily incorrect, the scope of information Piccolo has access to is a bit outdated. In canon, Piccolo hasn't actually seen Goku and Vegeta since the Moro arc, which was quite some time ago in terms of their power growth. During the Granola arc, Goku and Vegeta were away from Earth for an extended period and rarely fought at full power. This means Piccolo's only reference point for their strength would be the last time he sensed them, which was during their battle with Moro. Additionally, Piccolo cannot sense God Ki. He explicitly states that he couldn't gauge Goku's true strength when he arrived to fight Moro, despite the confusing dialogue prior between him and Gohan. Despite the confusing exchange between him and Gohan prior, where he seemed surprised that Goku's presence was undetectable earlier. Because of this, Piccolo can only estimate Goku's power by scaling him relative to his opponents, who he can sense. When Piccolo states that the Gammas are as strong as Goku and Vegeta, he is likely referencing the level of their past opponents rather than making a direct comparison to their actual current strength. Another key point is that Piccolo mentions both Goku and Vegeta without distinguishing between their power levels or suggesting that one Gamma is stronger than the other. This implies that Piccolo believes that the Gammas are equal in strength, just as the versions of Goku and Vegeta he is referencing. Given this, it's unlikely that he's talking about Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku from the end of the Granola arc, as the form is significantly stronger than Vegeta. Instead, the more reasonable comparison would be Ultra Instinct Sign Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. Although both Goku and Piccolo state that Vegeta surpassed Goku at one point in the Moral arc, the exact margin is unclear. However, it is certainly not as big as the gap between Mastered Ultra Instinct and Blue Evolution, making Ultra Instinct Omen and Evolution Blue the more accurate assessment of Piccolo's statement. If we take this statement at face value, then Gamma 1 and 2 would be roughly as strong as Goku and Vegeta were during the Moral arc. Unfortunately for them, this does not work in their favor for this matchup. By the time of the Granola arc, Goku and Vegeta had grown exponentially stronger to the point where they were explicitly stated to have surpassed both Full Power Broly and Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Additionally, they faced off against Granola and Gas, both of whom had wished to become the strongest in the universe. Even as these opponents continued to evolve, Goku and Vegeta managed to keep up with them, showcasing just how much they advanced since the Moral arc. Furthermore, since Piccolo was likely referring to Ultra Instinct Sign Goku from the Moral arc rather than Mastered Ultra Instinct, the power difference becomes even more apparent. In short, there is no real comparison between the Gammas and the versions of Goku and Vegeta seen in the Granola arc, making it clear that they're significantly outmatched. Since Dragon Ball Super Superhero takes place after the Granola arc, it's important to note that Goku and Vegeta became even stronger than before. We see this firsthand when they spar with Super Saiyan Broly on Beerus' planet, without the need to use their god forms. This demonstrates just how much their power has increased, making the Gamma's outdated power assessments even less relevant. For those who might question which version of Goku and Vegeta Piccolo was referring to, Akira Toriyama himself provides clarity. He stated, "I think I should have made it a bit more over the top, but I'm personally pleased that he finally obtained a fighting strength that rivals that of Goku and the others." For this statement to hold true, the Gammas would have to be weaker than the current Goku and Vegeta, especially since Orange Piccolo was clearly stronger than them, proven by his ability to one-shot Gamma 2. If the Gammas were equal in power to Goku and Vegeta in that same movie and Piccolo was stronger than them, then he wouldn't just rival Goku and Vegeta, he would surpass them, which doesn't make sense. So instead, the best way to reconcile all of this is to conclude that Piccolo was referring to a version of Goku and Vegeta from the Moral arc, which was the last time he saw them in action, which is consistent. Meanwhile, at the time of Superhero, Orange Piccolo was capable of rivaling the latest versions of Goku and Vegeta in that movie. One last thing to address is the fact that Gamma 2's sacrificial attack seemed to do more damage to Cell Max than Orange Piccolo's own efforts. For it to work, Cell Max had to be restrained while being attacked by multiple opponents. Against Goku and Vegeta, this wouldn't be a viable strategy. With Ultra Instinct, Goku could effortlessly dodge such an attack, and even if it did land, its last ditch move is likely to result in the user's death. At best, this would result in a double KO, but considering the conditions required to execute this attack, it's unlikely to land in the first place. In conclusion, Goku and Vegeta would defeat the Gammas just as easily as Orange Piccolo did, if not even more decisively, making this fight not even close.